Well, just 2 weeks ago, Babbitt's Online Monster Energy Kawasaki rider Josh Strang picked up his second win of the season at Ironman Raceway. But here today, a hungry Stu Baylor looks to rebound in the final round of 2020. Grand National Cross Country on MAV TV starts right now.
Are you ready to go GNCC Racing?
Well, hello again, folks, and welcome to the final round of the 2020 season, the AMSOIL Buckwheat 100 here in beautiful Newburgh, West Virginia at CJ Raceway. First time racing here for the GNCC series. I'm Mikey Waynes, and I'll be taking you through today's racing action. And to get us started, we look at the specialized race recap. And welcome back to GNCC. It was the 989 Rockstar Husqvarna of Thad Duvall pulling the whole shot, but boy, did not take long for Caleb Russell, Stu Baylor, and Josh Strang as well as Lane Michael to turn it on and get out front and separate themselves from the pack early. And then this happened. Caleb Russell goes down in the woods trying to avoid some lap traffic. Was able to get back on the machine quickly, but made for a little bit longer pit stop for Caleb Russell. Ended up finishing the day in the number 4 spot. And from there, Josh Strang took control of this one. Stu Baylor was right there on the rear wheel until this right here. Ironman Hill, can't quite get the machine all the way up the face of Ironman Hill. So Stu Baylor had to go down to the bottom of Ironman Hill, reset, try it again with some help from some mud fleas. And boy, did Stu Baylor ever put on a strong charge at the end, but it's a little too late. The Babbitt's Online Monster Energy Kawasaki of Josh Strang was out in front and in control of this one through to the end, snagging the win, his second of the year. A big congratulations to the Babbitt's team and Josh Strang on his second win of the year. Stu Baylor again finishing that number 2 spot. Ben Kelly, the number 530, finishing in 3rd. And again, Caleb Russell, there he is in 4th. And Lane Michael rounding out that top 5. We had a chance to catch up with Strang after the race.
Yeah, the first 8 rounds were, it was a perfect season beside the winning, So I was able to battle with Caleb there for a few races and was able to get the win at Coker. And I felt strong in 2 weeks or 3 weeks before that we came back from the summer break. I fractured my scapula, so just a bummer, man. It was I was feeling good, and just injuries happen in this sport, and it sucks. I missed one round and then came back fairly early for the next one, and I just wanted to get some points at that one, and I got a couple, and then the last race was better, and here again, better again. So it's hard racing back-to-back to recover to get 100%, but I feel pretty good today.
Well, can Josh Strang close out the season with back-to-back wins? A new track again here at the GNCC, here at CJ Raceway. And as we watch row number 1 now from the Yamaha Racing Skycam, and a whole shot award up for grabs, courtesy of All Balls Racing. And it is the 127 of Jordan Ashburn snagging the early lead. That was Thad Duvall behind him, as well as the 523 Ampro Yamaha of Lane Michael there in the number 3 spot. Into the woods we go, and it's still Ashburn out front, the 523 in second. And look at them go, single file, kicking up the dust in the woods as we roll on and head back down to the start for the XC2 250 Pro class. Hot cams, whole shot up for grabs. Who wants it? Jockeying for position. It's going to be the number 24 KTM of Sam Evans, and he leads the pack heading into the woods. Fantastic start for Sam Evans on that one. Woo, getting a little crazy in the XC2. As we turn our attention now to the FMF XC3, the 125 Pro-Am class. Oh, and how about this? The 393 of Eli Childers snagging the whole shot in his first start of the season in the XC3 class. Welcome to the XC3, Sam Evans, or Eli Childers, rather. Sam Evans was at XC2. And how about that? Ooh, Jordan Ashburn gets caught, gets the front wheel caught on a tree. Looks like Stu Baylor was able to make the pass. Here we go, handlebar to handlebar early in this one. GNCC continues after this.
Coverage of the 2020 Grand National Cross Country Series on MAV TV is brought to you in part by Specialized Turbo E-Bikes. It's you, only faster. Rocky Mountain ATV MC, get ready. And by Yamaha, revs your heart.
Well, welcome back to GNCC on MAV TV. Jordan Ashburn still in the lead. Thad Duvall in second, and there, popping on screen, is Stu Baylor, the 514 Am-Pro Yamaha, sitting in the number 3 spot. Trevor Bullinger, 4th. Great start for him. Welcome back to GNCC Racing. And woo, look out. Andrew DeLong takes one. Ben Kelly able to get around him. Andrew DeLong gets put on pause for a second, and that was Lane Michael able to get around him as well for the pass. So, cost Andrew DeLong a couple positions right there. Ashburn still out in front in this one. Guy's got to be feeling good. We've seen him up into the top 3 several times this season, but he's kind of been that bubble rider. He's got 5 4th-place finishes this season, and I believe 3 or 4 5th-place finishes as well. So good to see him out front. We'll see if he can hang on and finish the season strong here today. Just saw a second ago, Thad Duvall. That's another rider out there on the rebound this year, looking to close the year out strong. And of course, so much is at stake moving into 2021. If you've been wondering, where is Caleb Russell today? Well, he is not racing in the final round of the season, has that 8th championship wrapped up and nursing an injury, so not racing, and will not be racing a full season of GNCC next year. What that means exactly, well, we're not 100% sure yet, but look to see him out to a few. I would say the least he'll be out to a few of those, as well as some other stuff. But anyways, that means it's up for grabs moving into next year. So that guy on screen right there, Jordan Ashburn, Thad Duvall, Stu Baylor, Lane Michael, Ben Kelly, all those big names going to be looking to snag a GNCC championship. Of course, Josh String as well. And yeah, it's going to be a wild one, so you certainly want to finish 2020 on a high note, and that's exactly what we're seeing right now. Those 3 guys on screen right there in control of this one, and Ben Kelly as well, not too shabby. There he is, Lane Michael, another guy. He's had some great starts this year, had some great races, but just has not been able to snag that win yet. You can definitely see the writing on the wall, though. It's going to be interesting to watch these guys moving into next season. Smooth across the bridge is Jordan Ashburn, Thad Duvall, and Stu Baylor. And there he is, Ben Kelly now on the rear wheel of the 523 Am-Pro Yamaha. See how that one shakes up. And the 127 right now, just, boy, riding smooth, riding clean, as is Thad Duvall. And the 514 is Stu Baylor. Ooh, looking good right there. And there's the 523 teammate of Stu Baylor and the 530 of Ben Kelly right there. These guys have pretty well checked out from the rest of the pack. We'll see how things shake up. Looks to me like Stu Baylor starting to make up some ground as he moves into the number 2 spot. And now the charge is on. Can Stu Baylor catch up with Jordan Ashburn? Take this one away from him. Have to wait and see here. Choosing different lines right there. And Jordan Ashburn able to stay out in front. But, boy, you can tell Stu Baylor, he is on the charge, looking to make a pass. Things are shaping up to be an interesting finish in this one. How about this? The Monster Mile presented by Monster Energy. Ashburn looking smooth and clean through the difficult section. But Stu Baylor all over that rear wheel. It's a tight one. Thad Duvall in the number 3 spot. Can that man right there, the 127 of Jordan Ashburn, snag his first win of the year? We'll be right back after this. Well, if you were wondering where the 114 of Josh Strang has been, here's your answer. Fred Andrews and the mechanics looking at that machine as Josh Strang gets pep talk from his wife, Cameron. Little rehydration. And you know it's never good when they're yelling for side cuts. So while Fred Andrews and crew try to figure out what's going on with the machine of Josh Strang, we look back down to our leaders, and how about it? While we were away, new leader out front. That's right. Stu Baylor in control. The 514 on screen right there. Ashburn still in that number 2 spot. And boy, what a season for Stu Baylor. I mean, you talk about, to say he's had ups and downs is an absolute understatement. Going from Factory 1 Sherco to have a knee surgery that ended up getting very complicated. See more online about that from Stu Baylor. But and then having no ride at all and coming back after summer break and clicking off 3 wins in a row. I think it's safe to say now the future is finally looking bright for Stu Baylor. Certainly is here today as he is out in front and in control in this one. Ashburn, last we saw, was still in that number 2 spot and still is in the number 3 position, I believe. Yes, that is the number 530 of Ben Kelly, moving and charging. And boy, Ben Kelly looks to be reeling in Ashburn. Ashburn got that both sides trying to keep up to the pace of Stu Baylor, and there it is, the pass. The 530 able to get around Jordan Ashburn as he works his way around some lap traffic. And here we go. What a familiar sight this is right here, the 514 and the 530. Is this a prelude to what we will see in 2021? We'll have to wait and find out. But right now, we're enjoying every second of it, watching these guys battle. I got to tell you, if this is what we're going to see moving into next season, you guys are in for a treat. It's going to be fun to watch these guys battle. Both riders looking smooth and clean right there, really just mimicking each other. Ben Kelly looking for that opportunity as Stu Baylor rides the track that's in front of him, not wasting time to peek over the shoulder to see what Ben Kelly's doing, just focusing on his race and looking like he's putting a bit of a gap on Ben Kelly right there. Woo! And that's gone. Ben Kelly had that line earlier. That's where he made the pass on Andrew DeLong. Did not pay off for him right there against Stu Baylor. But boy, he is on the charge. Just when you think Baylor's starting to pull away, bang, here comes Ben Kelly. And here we are into the open field section. Kelly going around the outside and makes the pass on Stu Baylor. So Ben Kelly gonna lead this one heading into the woods. He finds another gear and makes the pass. Stu Baylor, whoo, gotta be thinking, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? How on earth did this kid pass me in the open field section? Somewhere out there, Stu Baylor's watching this right now, laughing to himself, thinking, how'd you let that happen? And Ben Kelly's saying, yeah, I'm gonna have some more of that speed for you next year. So Ben Kelly, your new leader out in front, the 530, another rider with some injuries this season. He's had his own ups and downs, but you talk to anybody, and his name is certainly thrown in the hat as a guy that is a contender moving in to next season. The 530, the jersey's ripped, doesn't matter. He's hauling. He's out in front at the Buckwheat 100, trying to snag his first win of the year. Where is Stu Baylor? Right there, the 514 pops on screen in the number 2 spot. And he's winded. He's trying to catch up to that pace of Ben Kelly. Is he going to be able to do it? Boy, Ben Kelly hard on the charge here late. Well, as a 530 KTM looks to snag his first win of the year, we take a quick break. We'll be right back after this.
Coverage of the 2020 Grand National Cross Country Series on MAV TV is brought to you in part by Specialized Turbo e-bikes. It's you, only faster. Rocky Mountain ATV MC, get ready. And by Yamaha, revs your heart.
All right, what's on screen right now? Very important. This is obviously from a cell phone, so it's paused right there. Riders are required to go in between those two signs that you see. Simply put, you see Craig DeLong go through correctly. On the pause right there, the 282 Yamaha of Mike Wachowski did not go through there correctly. It was outside the line. Unfortunately, he will be assessed a penalty. Now, on top of that, a few other riders in the pro level will be assessed a penalty as well. That penalty is going to be docked to position. And unfortunately, that man on screen right there, the 530 of Ben Kelly, is one of those riders. So while he remains out front physically on the track and by all means will probably be taking the checkered flag here, he's going to be docked to position, which means that guy right there, the 514 Stu Baylor, will inherit the win. You got that? Clear as mud? Okay. Well, back to racing. Hats off to Ben Kelly. It's a tough break for him, but it is what it is. I mean, rules are rules. They're there in place for a reason, and it's just an unfortunate break for him. I don't think anybody, including that guy, Stu Baylor, wants to inherit a win in a situation like that. That's just not what these guys are built for, but like I said, no way around it. It is what it is. Still a fantastic ride out of both of these guys. Look at them battling down to the wire, getting around some lap traffic right here. And this is going to be right before the finish. A couple more turns to get through, and Ben Kelly will officially see the checkered flag first. But again, as we know, because of that penalty, will end up taking the number 2 spot, and Stu Baylor is going to inherit the checkered flag on this one, as a checkered flag flies. And honestly, a weird finish to this one. I mean, no real major celebrations. The riders know something's up, something's different, so they get the word from their teams, from their mechanics, everybody involved, as well as the Racer Productions crew who made the call. Well, after inheriting a first-place finish, Stu Baylor going to take the win. We had a chance to catch up with him after the race.
It's good. You never want to win like this. Ben's a hell of a rider, put on a hell of a race, and hats off to him. Like I say, I was definitely outridden today. It came right down to the wire. A couple mistakes there on the last lap, and an intense battle the last 6 or 7 miles. It was gnarly. He made a mistake on a hill climb and was able to slip by, and then we were back and forth, just like I could hear him, I could feel him everywhere on where I wasn't on the track. And when you're leading the race, you want to ride as conservative as you can while still going fast, and that was the tough part. He was just hanging it out, and he was, like I said, got outridden. Hats off to him. Sucks the penalty. We've all seen it, and it sucks. There's a lot of lines out there, a lot of lines that form, and we've talked about it before. It's hard to police, but at the same time, in an XC1 position, either you're a cheater or you're getting passed, and a lot of times that's the case. And it's hard to make a bad judgment. None of these guys mean to do what they do. It just sometimes you find yourself off the track.
I got to say, Stu Baylor, you don't really want to inherit a win like that, but again, it is what it is. So officially, Stu Baylor will take his 4th win, and that young man right there, we had a chance to catch up with him with the second place finish.
Yeah, I'm just mad at myself. I got a bad start and worked my way through the pack, and I was feeling good. And first lap, I stayed on the track, and then some guys ahead of me took that inside line, and I didn't see it while I was out walking the track, so I just figured, it's a better line, so I went and took it on the second lap. But the second I got into it, I knew it was too far. I slowed up, I looked, and I slowed up, and but I knew I messed up, but since I didn't gain position, I didn't really know, but rule's a rule, so I'm bummed. I don't think it had anything to do with the way the race ended up, so in my mind, I think I won straight up, but rule's a rule, so I understand, and not a cheater. I didn't mean to do it. It happens. But all in all, crazy race, crazy battle with Stu down to the wire, and came through ahead of him, but penalty's a penalty, so it is what it is.
Well, we take a look at the top 10 from today. Again, Stu Baylor inheriting the win from Ben Kelly. Ben Kelly finishing 2nd. And how about it? The 127 Jordan Ashburn puts it on the box to close out the season. We had a chance to catch up with him after the race.
Yeah, it's been a great year, but I've just been hunting for the podium all year, and we've been close so many times this year, and it's just frustrating going home, just being a little bit short. And I'm just super happy to end the year on the podium and come away with that number 3 overall for the year. And it's been a couple years since I've been to the podium, so it means a lot.
Well, in addition to our top 10 here today, you see there Craig DeLong, the 342, finishing 5th in the overall. That is your points standings. Also made him the champion in the XC2 class. Let's catch up with Craig DeLong.
It was good. I mean, the whole crew was really good. They kept me calm when I needed to be and when I wasn't. So huge thanks to those guys and for being just professional and easygoing. I'm a kind of a new kid when it comes to a team like that. So they treated me very well, and can't thank them enough.
Well, taking a look at the specialized race recap. Early on, as our XC1 riders jockeying for position, it was Jordan Ashburn, 127 Babbitt's Online Monster Energy Kawasaki, snagging the whole shot, snagging the early lead, and off to the races. Ashburn in control of this one throughout much of the first half. Just riding very well, closing out his 2020 season, and the guy's going to feel good about it. Ended up finishing 3rd on the day, as this guy right here, Stu Baylor, made a push to get out in front, as Ashburn fell to 2nd and Ben Kelly in 3rd. Kelly eventually able to make the pass to get around Jordan Ashburn. In this familiar sight, is this a prelude to what we'll see next season? Stu Baylor and Ben Kelly pushing things out front. And what a tight race it was. Ben Kelly finally able to make the pass right here in the open section, finds another gear, and was able to get around Stu Baylor, and really from that point on, never looked back. It was Ben Kelly who would end up taking the checkered flag, but as we know, an unfortunate penalty cost him the 1 position, and Stu Baylor snags his 4th win of the season in what was a wild, crazy finish to the 2020 season. Honestly, what an appropriate finish to the year. That's going to do it for us. I'm Mikey Waynes. We'll see you at the races.